Miriam, you have to eat something, sweetheart.
Ione, I am just not hungry.
Come on, come on. Pass the teeth, over the gums, look out stomach, here she comes. Open up, come on. Okay, it's better. See, I told you I'd get her to smile.
Well, actually, I wish I had more to smile about. When I think of everything that was said against me in the hearing, not to mention what I said about myself, it all seems rather futile to think I even have a chance of keeping Eric.
Now, you just stop that. I don't want to hear another word like that.
Yeah, besides, didn't you say that nothing's gonna happen until that social worker comes and makes a report?
Right, yeah.
Okay then, no sweat. When she gets here and sees the kind of house you live in, not to mention the fantastic people that you live with, she's gonna think you're living with the Waltons.
Yeah, I wish I could believe it.
Then believe it. And just remember that the fact that your father didn't show up after that first day in court ought to count for something.
Ione's right.
Okay, did it again. Thanks, you too. I don't think I could get through this thing without you, really. But I think I'd better check on Eric just to make certain he's up. Hi. Hi, is Ione here?
Who's there, Miriam?
It's me, Stacy.
What are you doing here at this hour in the morning?
It's my father. Have you seen him?
No, not this morning.
I've looked everywhere. He's not at his apartment. He's not at the clinic. Where can he be? I've got to find him.
Well, what can I do to help?
Just sit.
Well, I don't call that helping.
I didn't invite you here to help. I invited you here to eat. So, sit and eat. Take these.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Does it show that much?
I'm afraid so.
And I thought I could pull it off. It isn't easy when your ex-wife announces her engagement to another man on television.
Dave, I don't know what to say to you. I know it must be very difficult for you right now.
Terry, difficult doesn't begin to describe how I feel.
Dave, when Lee announced their engagement and invited Kate to join him, all I could think of was you.
Yes, well, it was grandstanding at its best. It did make for good campaigning, especially when Lee announced that the marriage would be today.
I don't understand that at all. Why so soon?
I'm sure Kate's asking the same thing.
What do you mean?
Well, didn't you see the expression on her face when Lee made the announcement? It was like a bombshell hit.
Now that you mention it, she did seem a bit overwhelmed by it all, but I thought that was because of the debate. You know, the television cameras. And everything.
No. It was more than that, Terry. Oh, I don't know. It's not right. This whole thing's a mess, and I can't help but feel that I'm partly to blame for it.
You didn't do anything.
No, I did too much.
No, I don't think that's true, Dave. You did what you had to do. Look, is standing up for what you believe is right doing too much? Is letting Kate know your values too much? Is wanting to reconcile your differences too much? Look, if you and Kate couldn't stand those tests then, it's better to realize that now than to go ahead and remarry and find it out later.
That does make sense, Terry, but it still hurts. It just isn't there anymore. The pieces don't fit like they used to. But it hurts so much.
Now, I can't imagine where he is right now, but I expect him at the clinic this afternoon, but have you called his house?
I called about 10 times, but there was no answer, so I drove over there, but he was gone.
Well, now, I wouldn't worry about it now. Maybe he's with your mother having breakfast or something. Have you called her?
My mother, haven't you heard? Didn't you watch the debate last night?
Well, I know maybe I should have, but
Didn't my father say anything to you yesterday?
Well, now, just a moment, Stacy. Your wheels are working faster than a locomotive on an icy track. Now, Dave called Ben yesterday afternoon, said he wouldn't be in for the rest of the afternoon, but I didn't find that any earth-shattering news. What's got you so fired up?
Last night, at the end of the debate, Lee Crothers announced that he and my mother are getting married.
Oh, Stacy, no wonder you're so upset, child.
Well, that's why I've got to find him. Can you imagine what he's going through?
Yeah, really, he could be desperate.
Oh, now, Babs, now, wait a minute. He's probably just out walking somewhere around trying to clear his head or something.
Well, I hope you're right. Look, I've got to get to work, but if he comes in, will you have him call me right away?
Oh, sweetheart, I'll make sure that he does. Now, don't you worry about a thing. I know that your father's all right. Now, I know he is.
Thanks.
Boy, it must be tough playing mother to everybody, huh, Ione?
Playing mother. I'll have you know that the things you put me through is not playing. It's hard work.
Come on. Don't tell me you don't love every minute of it.
Well, you don't hear me complaining, do you?
Really?
Mom, what are they gonna ask me?
Eric, I don't know exactly. I think mostly they just want to know how you like living here. And then they'll probably go over to your grandfather's house and ask him some questions, too.
But you said Grandpa wasn't home. Where is he?
I don't know where he is. I don't understand what's going on at all. And in fact, the only thing I do know is that this whole thing is starting to drive me a little crazy.
Oh, sweetheart, don't let it bother you now.
I know it shouldn't, but I really think it's time that we find out where my father is. And so, I've decided I'm going over to the house.
Can I go?
I don't think so, Eric. Not this time, okay?
Oh, please, Mom. I'll be good. Honest.
Well, another time, because your grandfather may not even be there.
Please. I want to see Grandpa if he's home.
Okay, you can go.
All right.
We'll be back in a little while.
Hey, wait a minute. You sure you don't want me to go with you?
Oh, thanks, Babs, but you have a job to get to, don't you?
Oh, my gosh, that's right. Oh, gee whiz, I'm gonna be late, too. Hey, call me and let me know what happens, okay?
Yeah, I will. Ione, there's something really strange about my father's disappearance. And I'm determined to find out what it is.
Peter, we were sort of...
Peter, your mother was kind enough to invite me to breakfast. Yeah, she was just giving me a little hug.
Yeah, well, that's all right. See, I saw the debate last night, so you don't have to explain to me. I mean, if I was in your shoes, I'd probably need a hug, too. I'm sorry that you and Mrs. Phillips aren't getting back together.
Now, thank you, Peter. Between the two of you, I may just get through this.
Oh, you'll make it through.
Yeah.
Your mother's quite a person.
That's part of her others before me thing, you know?
I heard that.
Seems to run in the family. Yeah, Vicky Lane?
Oh, yeah, well, yesterday was her first day on the job.
Oh, how'd it go?
Went real well. Yes, she got to work on that pre-debate briefing material or something. Not a whole lot, but she said it was exciting. In fact, at one time, Mr. Carruthers, he walks in the room, right? Well, I don't need to go into that.
No, that's all right, Peter. Go on.
No,
Go on.
boring stuff, anyway.
Okay, guys, everything's ready. Thank you.
Thanks.
Dave, would you like to say the blessing?
Lord, we thank you for your blessings, the food that is before us, and the special blessings we call friends.
I do not want to leave a message. I just want to talk to my father. So why don't you tell me where he is?
He's away on business.
Oh, really? Well, I thought he was supposed to be in Chicago with my Uncle Preston.
Well, he was, but he had some business matters that he had to take care of.
Uh-huh, and you really expect me to believe that, huh?
What you believe, Mrs. Mason, is none of my affair.
I know that my father is not in Chicago because I called my Uncle Preston, and he has no idea where Daddy is. So why are you so evasive?
Well, I can understand your frustration right now, Mrs. Mason, but I'm afraid I can't help you.
I don't want to hear that.
Well, what do you want to hear?
I want to hear where my father really is. I mean, he's in a hospital or what?
A hospital? Why would Mr. Carpenter be in the hospital?
Maybe for the same reason as before, his heart.
Oh, aren't we being a little presumptuous?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just can't help you.
What was that, Mrs. Lucas?
What? I didn't hear anything.
Mom, I heard it too.
Well, I'm going to see what that was.
No, there's no need. It was probably a broom. My broom. I was cleaning in the back stairs, and it probably slid down the wall and knocked something over. Silly me.
Mrs. Lucas, what is going on up there?
Oh, nothing. I'll check into it when you leave.
Well, why don't we just check it out together right now, huh?
No, there's no need. I don't need anyone to help me pick up a silly broom, do I?
Look, Mrs. Lucas, I don't know what you're hiding up there or anywhere else, but whatever it is, it's going to come out of hiding. And this little game that we've been playing with you and Daddy, that's going to end soon, too.
Game?
Game, yes. It's called hide and seek. And Harold Webster and I are going to find out where Daddy is hiding. Come on, Eric, let's go.
Bye, Mrs. Lucas. I'm sorry Grandpa wasn't here.
I know, dear, but you'll be back with your grandfather real soon. Oh, dear.
You are very convincing, Mrs. Lucas.
Oh, hardly. Did you hear Miriam? She's certainly no fool.
Oh, I'm not worried now. If you continue to give such fine performances, no one will ever catch on.
Oh, Mr. Myers, I find this role a little upsetting.
Now, don't worry now. You're doing fine, just fine. Oh, if you'll excuse me, I have to hurry over to the hospital to see a client. Mrs. Lucas.
Yes?
Trust me. Now, you may be called on to give a few encore performances, but this little play will be over shortly.
Oh, dear.
Oh, such a fine morning. How are you? Is there anything else I can do for you? I'd like to be left alone now, please. All right, suit yourself.
Hello, I'm Dan Myers. I have permission to see Nancy. I'll only be here a few minutes. I won't take too long.
I don't think she wants to talk with anybody right now. See? Just what I thought.
Yeah, I can understand that, with the accident and everything. But like I say, I'll really only be a few minutes.
Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Thanks. Well, hello, Nancy. I told you I'd be back, and I'm here to help you. I'd like to be left alone. Wow, looks like you use this one pretty much. Did I even get an original? Get out now, Nancy. That's no way to talk or yell at a friend. Now listen, I've been thinking hard about your situation. I've been planning strategy. You have every right to sue not only the doctor who did this to you, but sue this whole hospital as well. Now, as I told you on my previous visit, I work on a percentage basis, Nancy. Now, when we win, I get a percentage of the settlement. If we don't win, then I absorb the costs. And Nancy, you know that I'm not involved in any non-profit business. If I didn't smell money, I wouldn't even be here today. Not interested? Now look, Nancy, you can write me all the notes you want to, but the simple fact is, you need me. Let me spell it out for you. For openers, you are running up a huge hospital bill here. Now, how do you intend to pay for that? My research staff tells me that you also ran up quite a large bill here just about a year ago. Do you remember that? And about your voice, Nancy? I mean, you have to face the fact that you may never be able to speak again. And those scars, ugly scars that people will find repulsive. Nancy, how are you going to get a job? Or any kind of a decent job, at least? Huh? Stop it. What, Nancy, what's the matter with you? Are you scared of how ugly people will find you? All right. All right, look, you can put me off for right now. But sooner or later, you'll come around. You have no other choice but to sue. And when you're ready to accept that, that's when you'll realize that Dan Myers is just the man you need to see.
Well, I must commend you. There seem to be virtually no mistakes here at all. Babs, you've come such a long way. I'm real proud of you.
Thank you, Harold. You've been kind. And when I'm the head of a large corporation, you'll never have to worry.
Why is that?
Because I will remember you. Oh, don't you know you're supposed to cough out in the hallway before you come in here?
Oh, next time I will. I didn't know you two got so involved during the dictation.
You ought to see us when we open the mail together.
Oh.
Gene, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I stopped by to see if I could find out something about Charles Carpenter.
You mean the ghost of Charles Carpenter, don't you?
Yeah. What do you know about that?
Not much. I got a private investigator out in Chicago checking up on him, but I don't think anything's gonna come of it. Miriam talked to her Uncle Preston last night. He hasn't seen or heard anything from Charles in over 2 years.
So why did you send the private eye out there, then?
On the possibility that Preston Carpenter, being Charles Carpenter's brother, could also be lying to us.
You don't suppose it runs in the family, do you?
I don't know about that, but something is going on. I was over there yesterday, and I did a little Sherlock Holmes routine.
Oh, don't tell me. The case of the missing dirt ball.
Babs.
Yeah, really. But still, anyway, his housekeeper was acting real fidgety, like she didn't want me snooping around for some strange reason.
This whole thing's real strange to me. Charles supposedly is obsessed with the idea of getting Eric into his own custody, and yet for 2 days he doesn't show up at the hearing. On the pretext that he's off in Chicago taking care of his sick brother.
Harold, are you thinking the same thing I am?
I think maybe, Gene, I'm just a couple of steps ahead of you. Something has happened to Charles Carpenter, and he doesn't want us to find out about it.
Wait a minute. Now, you know, Carla was over there last week. Seems Eric dodged her, and he wound up over at Carpenter's place. But still, she said when she and the kid were leaving, she noticed another man was over there.
Who was it?
Well, she didn't know. She just said that the whole thing seemed weird. Something just didn't seem right.
What did he look like?
I don't know. She didn't get a good look at him. But she said he was neat, suit, tie, and he was... Yes. He was carrying an overcoat and looked like he had something underneath, maybe a briefcase or something. It wasn't too big.
An overcoat in this weather? Just to cover up a briefcase or bag? Small bag. Like a doctor's bag, maybe?
Maybe. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it may take us a little time, but we will find out what's going on with Mr. Charles Carpenter's little disappearance.
So, think it over, Nancy. I mean, what have you got to lose? You don't trust... Oh, come on, Nancy. A woman like you ought to know by now that you can trust a man like me. Look, I'm just trying to look after your best interests. Now, here. Take my card, just in case you lost the other one I gave you. All right. You play it tough for now, lady. But that little card is your ticket to happiness. Your kind of happiness.
What's going on here? Sir, I think it's about time you leave.
Yes, I was just on my way out. But I will be back.
Promise promise to keep me updated on everything you find out.
You'll be the second person to know right after Judge Sawyer.
Harold? Oh, hi. Harold, we really need to talk to you.
Wait, something wrong?
Yeah, it's Daddy. We just went over there, and something is definitely wrong.
Yeah, Babs, why don't you take Eric down to the concession and get him a candy bar or something?
Come on, get up there.
Yeah, Miriam, what's wrong?
My father wasn't there, or at least that's what Mrs. Lucas claimed. But she was acting so strange, and then there was this noise upstairs.
What? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's the noise? What?
Well, that's just it. We never did find out what the noise was because she wouldn't let me go upstairs to see what it was.
She kept you from going upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gene, I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, what's that?
We think your father may be sick, but he's trying to keep it a secret.
Well, that's just what I thought. Yeah, another heart attack, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We got to get this information to Judge Sawyer so he can get the social worker over there and check it out.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, Miriam. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to find out the truth about this.
Good. Thanks, Harold, because you have no idea how relieved that makes me feel.
And Miriam, this might be exactly what you need to make sure that Eric stays with you